Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have the 2025 Subaru Ascent. So we'll look at the interior, exterior, some of the trim level specifics, then go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. Okay, so now we're behind the wheel of the 25 Subaru Ascent, and this is the new Bronze Edition. So they've actually added this for the 2025 model year, and they've gone away with what was the base model from the 24 to the 25. So now you'll be looking at the premium as kind of the standard trim for the Subaru Ascent. So there was a few other changes from 24 to 25. One of those being they added an Onyx edition for the Touring, and then pretty much that you're getting a little bit more upscale from just a premium trim level. So what that means in terms of the base model now coming with blind spot monitoring, lane change assist, rear cross traffic assist, emergency stop assist, and you're gonna have wireless Apple CarPlay as well as Android Auto in all of the Subaru Ascents. So before we get too much into the weeds, let's put it in drive, we'll go for a spin around and cover some of the other stuff. Now, the Bronze Edition for the Subaru Ascent is pretty much going to be the limited trim level with a little bit different accenting on the outside as well as inside the vehicle. So starting on the exterior, this particular one gets the bronze wheels with kind of that bronze trim that runs along the side, and then a little bit more of that bronze accenting up front. I think with the black, it works really nicely. It gives it kind of a sportier appearance to the exterior, as it also comes to the inside with some of those bronze accents in the black. It just is a colorway that works really well. Now, no matter which Subaru Ascent you are looking at, they're going to come with a 2.4-liter turbocharged boxer engine. That's going to give you about 260 horsepower. So what that means is these all also come with symmetrical all-wheel drive. So it doesn't look like winter here in Minnesota, but it is. The snow flies. You're definitely going to be liking having that symmetrical all-wheel drive system because it does help you out in a pinch. Whether you're going camping, maybe you're just driving somewhere where the rain is pretty heavy as well, the symmetrical all-wheel drive system means it's always in all-wheel drive and will help you get the best possible bite and traction. Now, you're not really sacrificing a ton of fuel economy because of that. The Subaru, kind of that base model, would get 26 mpg, and then all the rest of the lineup would drop just 1 mpg off the highway. So this one would be a 25 mile per gallon highway SUV, which is pretty good for a third row vehicle. So that would be the big thing with the Subaru Ascent, is that this is going to be a third row SUV. Now, what does that mean in terms of space and size? It's going to be a little bit bigger than the Outback. Maybe if you've been driving one of those for a while, or even a Crosstrek or a Forester, this is just going to give you that little bit of extra space. Maybe you want to bring the kids, all their friends along. You can load them up very easily, as that second row does kind of flip and slide forward. You can slide it, you can fold it down. There's a bunch of different ways to conveniently enter that third row. Now, it's not the largest third row. It's not like being in a Yukon XL or anything like that, but I think if you got the kiddos back there or short term for passengers, there's more than enough space. I crawled back there. I could sit. It's a little tight, but it does work. Now, in the second row, there is an option for an 8-passenger Ascent or the 7-passenger like we have here today. This one would have the captain's chairs. So that has a little foldable armrest back there. They're actually really comfortable seats. The material is really nice in the Bronze Edition as well. And I mean, I like the idea of the captain's chairs because you can enter that third row through the middle, or like I said, just pull that handle and flip the seat forward. But back to that third row, I think there's something like 19 cup holders in the Subaru Ascent, so everybody can have a couple drinks with them if they need. You got the kiddos, they're going to be comfortable back there. There is also USB-C charging in the second and in the third row, so everybody can keep their devices charged up. Now, there will also be another zone climate control for the second and third row that kind of feeds back there, and those seats are going to be heated for the second row, so everybody's going to be comfortable in the back. Now, the cargo area, that is a power liftgate back there, so you can press the button either on the key fob or just tap it on the back. That's going to open it up, and there is a decent amount of cargo space back there. I think you could fit a couple of maybe standard airline bags back there if you're going away, or you can also fold the seats down very easily at the pull of a handle, and that gives you a pretty large cargo area as well. Not to mention on the exterior, this one does get the cross rails that you can add in. So you've got the standard rails on the roof, put the crossbars up there, put the mountain bikes, anything you need to go away for a long weekend. You're gonna have tons of space to do that and pretty decent fuel economy for a road trip. Now, what about the driver's seat? So I've been cruising around a little bit this morning. It's pretty comfortable, it's quiet in here, but you know, overall, it's potholes all over the place. It's cold. It's only like, I think 15 degrees today, but the vehicle warmed up really nicely. And you've also got heated seats for the driver and the passenger up here. And then one of my all-time favorite features, the heated steering wheel. So there's a little button just on the bottom of the steering wheel here you can click, and that's a full 360 heated wheel. It's really comfortable. It does make a pretty big difference, especially when it's as cold as it is today, that you're gonna have the seat nice and toasty and your hands are gonna be warm for when you're running around. Now, there is a digital gauge cluster in here. It's just a smaller gauge cluster that you can go through with the left side of the steering wheel, kind of keep track of all your pertinent information. MPG, it'll show you some of your radio stuff or maybe what road you're driving on. So that's pretty nice to have that just kind of at your left hand here if you want to take a quick peek at things. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more in-depth information or anything else, that's where the infotainment screen is going to help out. Like I said, all the Subaru Ascents are going to have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I paired my phone in about 15 seconds, and it works very nicely here on the screen, so you're not messing with your phone when you're on the go. Text messaging, Google Maps, Spotify, everything's going to be built in here. And the Bronze Edition also has built-in navigation. So why would you want that? Like I said, maybe you're on a road trip and you lose cell signal on your phone. That is a GPS system, so you'll still be able to keep the map going if you can't maybe figure out which way you're headed. That is also really nice. Or you can just use that system as well when you're running around town. It does make it pretty convenient. Now, this one also gets the 360 view backup camera. So there's a little view button down here. So I can click that. I'm even going almost 40 miles an hour here. You can click that to see kind of straight down or what you're looking for. But when you have that, when you're parked, it will give you a 360 view around the vehicle. Then when you've got it in reverse, you can actually click that too, look side to side. Again, the 360. The kids left some stuff in the driveway. You can't quite see out of your parking spot. I love that camera. It's actually a really crystal clear view as well, so that is pretty helpful. Obviously, if you and your family are in the vehicle, you're going to want to make sure you're safe. And like I said, the Subaru Ascent definitely delivers on that from the premium trim on up. The blind spot monitoring is really nice in here. The emergency braking, all that stuff you're getting with the Subaru Ascent and the EyeSight system. It's kind of like having a little friend look around to make sure maybe you're yelling at the kids, saying something to the back. Not that you'd be doing that, but if you were, it will be paying attention for you. The driver monitoring system is also really nice in here. So there's a lot of good stuff to help make sure you and your family are going to be safe when you're on the road. This one does get the updated Harman Kardon sound system, which I really like as well, and you get the panoramic sunroof up above. So that really opens it up, especially with the all black interior in here. It's a little cloudy, a little sunny, kind of weird today, but it really does open it up nicely and brings in a lot of natural light. One other thing, you also will get the power folding mirrors on the side. So if you got a tight garage spot, you can click that button, that will fold them in there for you. I mean, overall, I love it's got USB charging. It's got a great little storage spot for my phone down here, and nothing is overcomplicated. They still left physical buttons here for the AC unit or the heat, so you can click that and go through, or you can click on the screen here. That will pull it all up and makes it pretty simple. They didn't overcomplicate it. I mean, you could throw someone the keys, they could hop in, easily know, I could put it in drive, I could drive the vehicle. There's not a bunch of stuff going on, and I do like that about the Subaru Ascent. There's a few other little cool things up here on the top of the nav screen here, or the infotainment screen. You can go through, you can see what road you're on, you can see some of the fuel consumption or weather even in here, and then you've got the X mode. So if it does start to snow pretty hard, or you're going off-roading, maybe to a campsite, you can set it into snow, dirt, or the deep snow and mud mode, so that helps you get the best possible bite and traction. And I do like the 2.4 turbo. It's got a little bit of kind of that low-end grunt, so from a stoplight, you put your foot down and it does get up and move. So I think it's got more than enough power for 99% of the time, whether you're driving to work, going to the gym, picking up the kids. I think I'd rather have that great fuel economy trade-off that you get than even more than 260 horsepower. Overall, I know it's a lot. It seems pretty quickly to kind of cover it all, but I think the Bronze Edition does give you a lot of great equipment. Now, we do have to touch on the pricing. So MSRP on this particular one is just over $49,000. So looking at the average new car price right now in the US, I think you're $48,000 now. So you're coming in pretty close to the average price, yet you're getting more than what seems like an average amount of equipment. You're getting the panoramic sunroof, the Apple CarPlay, I mean, all the safety and technology built into this. As well, for a third row vehicle, you are getting plenty of space to haul, whether the family's coming with you or anything else you're doing. If you're in a mountain bike or in the outdoors, this does give you a little bit more room than the Outback. So there's a lot to like. I think the Bronze Edition is pretty cool, but if you're looking to save a little bit of dough, the Premium does still give you quite a bit of great equipment, even standard now, or there is even more. Like I said, for $25, if you want to go to the Onyx Touring, that is a pretty cool, stylish looking Subaru Ascent as well. But I think if you're shopping for a third row SUV, maybe you're currently driving an Outback or another Subaru, I think this is a great vehicle to get out, hop behind the wheel, open the power liftgate, check it all out, and see what you think. Now that was just a quick look and drive at the 2025 Subaru Ascent. Now if you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com or stop by anytime. We'd be more than happy to help. Thanks again for watching.